this video, we are going to create a landscape terrain. So I'm going to start by just clicking and deleting that person and using just a regular rectangle tool I'm going to click and drag and tap, and then once I've placed it, I'm going to change my measurements to be 150 by 150 just to give me lots of room to work with my terrain. Now I'm going to close that because you wouldn't normally have that open. To create the terrain, we need the Sandbox tool. So we go up to View, and in the Tool Palettes is where I choose Sandbox to get those tools. Now I want to start with the second one down from scratch. And right now you can see down in the corner my grid spacing is set to 4. The lower that is, the more little squares you're going to have to be able to play with. So I might even just change it to 3 for now. Now it does one side at a time, so I'm going to click and then I'm going to just go across, and I'm going to type in down at the bottom, just to make it the same size, 150, and press enter, and then I'll be able to come across. I'm going to have to zoom out actually and scroll because I can't see anything. Let's go back to that. So I'm going to try that again. So I'm going to click, drag across, and I'm going to type in 150 feet, and then I'm going to come across, and again I'm going to type in 150 feet and press enter, so it's the same. Alright, now so that grid spacing is how big these squares are. So now what I want to do is I'm going to use the arrow tool, and I'm going to select a couple. I'm going to triple click and select some of these little areas, and then I want to use this smooth tool. I'm going to click there, and now I can pull up and move it around, and then just click when I've got it placed. So going back and forth between just selecting various edges or faces, holding the shift button down will get that area, and using that smooth tool to create some mountainous type ranges. Okay, zoom out a bit more again. So it's just a matter of going through and doing that in various spots. Oh, I guess I still have that one collected, so make sure you tap to finalize that. Let's go over here maybe. Zoom back out. Orbit here, see what's going on here. Just going to click a couple more. Okay, we'll call that good for now. Now what I want to do is click off of there, and I'm going to apply, use the paint bucket tool and change your drop down to be on water. We want this transparent pool, like the one with the diagonal going through it. The other ones are just solid textures. And I'm going to fill in that first rectangle I did. Then I'm going to use the move tool, and I'm going to drag it up. So I'm going to decide where I want my water to be in my landscape. So do I want a flooded landscape or just a pool? Maybe if I bring it up there for now. So there's quite a bit of water. What I might want to do is, I can always triple click to go back into my terrain and pull up some of these areas. So there's not quite as much water floating all over. Oops. I don't want you that high. There. Let's see, and why is it doing that? Stop. And pull some of these up as well. It's a little bit better. So now I just have a little couple pools of water in here. Now to finish that off, we want to again triple click the whole thing to get the whole thing highlighted, and then right click, and we want to go to soften and smooth edges. Now we want to make sure that if I only have the smooth normal on, you can see as I drag this, that'll be bringing in those grid marks. But if you now go all the way to the right, I still see some lines, and that's because I need to soften the coplanar ones as well. And then I can just slide that, and pretty much I could have stopped there where there was no more edges being shown. So now we've got a nice smooth terrain which I can add my various textures that I want, and then maybe place my house in the mountains, or whatever you choose to do. Add some grass, some rocks, some trees to have a nice terrain for where your house is going to be. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching.